Greetings gamers everywhere, I'm Swipnai2 and we're back in the world of Valheim again. Well, the world of the board game at least. And this is sort of a follow-up to the tutorial that I did previously, and this time I'm going with the full scenario from the rulebook, or rather the scenario book, and this is scenario 1. I have actually played this scenario once before. I actually got killed in the last battle against the Eikthyr, but I might have done something wrong there, so I don't know. But I'm giving this another shot, and I've set up everything. Everything is done. I'm just gonna start playing this. And yes, I'm using a pair of headphones right now because I bought a new pair of headphones, and they actually came with a USB-C cable, so I can actually use this with my phone. I almost forgot to pick up all the dice. Now, this didn't take me too long to set up, but it took me about between 10 to 15 minutes, and I was done. But this is of course for just one player. I can also explain that I have these 3 little white cubes here. This is to keep track of how many actions I've taken during my turn, because you have a maximum of 3 actions per turn, and I want to keep track of how many actions I had left, because some actions are free, some are not. And these 4 here are for my abilities down here that I need to unlock using experience points. The white cubes are experience points, but yeah, I found that when I played solo before this, that using these cubes to keep track of how many turns I have left or actions I have left is a good way of knowing, okay, I have this many, okay, how many have I done? Okay, I have 1 left, sort of. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't work when you are playing with multiple players, because there are only so many white cubes in the tray. Maybe some other things can, of course, be used. Another thing I should explain is that the home I'm using here is not the standard home tile. It's a tile that I got with the Kickstarter campaign, or rather the GameFound campaign. I've also set up my GoPro for some extra shots for close-ups, because I got feedback on the tutorial video that the close-ups with the camera moving and all that was not really appreciated. And I understand that, fully understand that. I wanted to get a overhead shot with the camera above the playmat and all that, but I couldn't find a way to actually do that. I couldn't find a way to get the camera above the table like so, and yeah, I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit with that. But enough talking right now. I'm gonna get to this and start exploring and hopefully win this. I actually just noticed that I did forget one little thing. There we go. I'm not going to record everything, I'm just going to record what I feel like I should be recording, and yeah, we'll see what makes the cut and what doesn't. But okay, I'm going to start off by exploring, I believe. Explore up here. Okay, and instantly combat. Okay, so I'm unarmed, so I'm gonna use one of these, and the enemy is gonna use one of these. Grayling. Oh shit. GoPro, start recording. Let's see. I'm gonna move here for my first action. And as my second action, I'm gonna hunt. Try to get some leather or hide. Use my second one to move back to the house. And we're gonna draw our first event card. And it says Heavy Rain, ongoing effect. Place 1 per player. 1 of these orange. 1 per player. And while this card has blah 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 on it, players ending their turn outside lose 1 stamina. Gonna place that there, and then it's go time. I'm gonna check this one to see if there's anything interesting I can craft. I do have a thing here where I need to craft anything requiring stone 3 times. Flint knife, extra leather, okay. I also have this, of course, where I can craft furniture. And plenty of things do require leather there, so I'm gonna use 1 action and 1 stone to craft the flint axe, equipping that. The flint axe can also be used as a weapon. And when I did that, I did get that. Should I now I'm gonna use my second action to move there, and then my third action to do this. And I got 1 wood, and because of that I got 2 wood. That's good. And now I'm gonna lose. Now I'm gonna end my turn. We're gonna remove that, and that is going there. I ended outside, so I lose 1 stamina for that. That's okay. And now we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna take a gamble here. Attack that one, so I'm moving there. That's 1. And then I'm gonna do that and do that. And I'm gonna kill this grayling. And now I take 2 damage. I gave him 1 damage, but I'm going to use my Odin power here to double the result of a combat die. So I'm using 1, 2. Wait, do I have enough stamina? That's 1 stamina, that's 2, that's 3. So I'm using 1, 2, 3. All the stamina, okay, yeah. And I'm doing 2 damage to the grayling. The grayling dies. I have 0 stamina, so I also get that. Defeat a monster while having 0 stamina. Noise. I think that counts as at least, because technically I did have 0 stamina when killing it. Because I used that, gained 0 stamina, and then it died. Right? That makes sense. Now I'm gonna use that and remove that, and then I'm gonna use one of these to eat. And I got honey. 1 health and 1, 2, 3 stamina. That's not bad. Kind of what I needed. Let's see. Yep, time for another event card. Graylings on the move. All Graylings move 1 space toward the nearest player. If there are no Graylings, place 2 on your space instead. This kind of sucks. I need to place 2 Graylings on my space. Seriously? Yeah, this sucks. Well, one down. I take 1 damage. Forgot. I should get 1 resin for that one and 1 resin for the previous one. And now it's the second one's turn. Ooh, thank you. And I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3 stamina again to one-shot that one, just in case. And I got 1 more resin. Use that to craft the fire table. I'm gonna find the fire table. The fire table is gonna allow me to put fire on a weapon. They call it ignite. You ignite the weapon. That's gonna give it 1 more damage, basically. I forgot. Oh my god. Oh shit. I wouldn't have died previously, but I should have 1 less health, and I might have died. Because I shouldn't have had the stamina that I got from the honey, because I cooked and eat. Cooking and eating are 2 different actions. I completely forgot that. It is what it is. Okay. I could punish myself by just losing 1 turn right now, and I'm actually gonna use the last turn to cook some health that's good. And I used up my last turn there to eat. Hopefully nothing that turns into an attack. Oh. Okay, nice. It's a hunting thing. You spot a lone boar sniffing around, and if you defeat the boar, draw 1 card and gain the bottom benefits immediately. If it's and it says here that it has 1 health and 1 those. So yeah, I could potentially die here. Nope. Lost 1 health. Now, one thing that I'm not sure of is it just 1 turn on these, or do I continue until it's defeated? It's dead. The expression mark, or whatever it is called, doesn't do anything with that. So I'm gonna draw on these, gain the bottom benefit. Carrot soup, 1 health, and 5 stamina. Nice. That's nice. I should explore more, but I really need to craft a bit more too. Shit. I forgot to take Eikthyr out. There he is. Okay. We're just gonna place him there, and then he's gonna prepare for a raid with these elite graylings. Yay! It's a good thing I returned to the house. I'm gonna have some time to prepare here. Some armor would be nice. Let's see what I can make. Can make a leather helmet, a wood shield. I'll need to wear iron, bronze, or silver, so leather tunic as well. That's something to do. Okay, that could certainly be something. I use 1 to craft the shiv, 1 stone, and 1 wood. I'm gonna use 2 leather and 1 resin to gain the leather tunic. That's another turn. Put these back and hope for the best. Now when I roll, I can only use 1 of these. I can't use both. That's important. but I do gain +1 extra for each critical, so every double axe thing I get 1 extra. I get 3 for that, 3 damage. That's pretty good. I should prepare some food. He's gonna get 1 grayling now, and then it's my turn again. Could have used 1 more stone. I'm gonna do that and that. Crafted the beehive. Let's gonna place that one there. And I'm gonna check on the bees. And checking on the bees will give me 1 random honey consumable. And I'm gonna check on the bees again to gain another random those. And it's Eikthyr gaining another one. You know what? I'm gonna craft the spoon anyway, and I'm not gonna equip this. I'm just gonna place this here. Now I can exchange any of these 3 for the big spoon at any time. But I can only do that while in the house, of course. What more? I'm gonna check on the bees. Check on the bees. You can have as many honey as you want, but none of the others. And now the 3rd grayling comes into play. And now I'm gonna have to fight 3 graylings. I do only fight 1 of them at a time, so that's something, but I have to fight all 3 in a row, so... Okay, I take no damage, and I damage one of them but with 1 damage. I'm gonna use that one as yet. And I take 1 damage and 1 is dead. I take no damage. Oh shit. I take 2 damage. I also kill 1. You know what? That one shouldn't be dead because they have 3 life, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna reduce my stamina by 3. So I double the result of any die, and therefore he died. If I had remembered that they had 3 health, I would have done that. So yeah, let's go with that. I can use one of these as a free action. I'm gonna gain 2 stamina and 1 health from that. That's something. And 1 grayling left. He deals 1 damage, but I block that, and I give it. He takes 1 damage, 2 health left. 1 health left, and dead. And I gain 1, 2, 3 resin from that. Eikthyr goes back there. That one goes there. And that one goes back there. And we're done with that. Whew. I'm gonna explore a little bit. It's been a while. Okay. And there's a grayling there. I'm actually gonna attack him, I think. Yeah. So we'll do that and that and that, and let's roll. He deals no damage. He takes 1 damage. I take no damage and he dies. Perfect. So much resin. I should have ignited my weapon. I forgot about that. Then I would have one-shotted him. I'm gonna explore some more. I'm actually gonna explore up here, I guess. This one lands there. And I need a chest. That's not chest. Chest's here. Wrong chest. Wrong chest. preparing everything in this game is not an easy task, let me tell you that. So I'm gonna move into their area and start attacking. Okay, one's dead. And dead. I think there's one person left in it. And I loot this. I gain, I'll be damned. An iron bar. That's not an iron, that's copper. There's the iron. One iron and one coin. Let's see, I have one left. I'm gonna explore up here. Skeleton. I should be able to fight one of those. They're not too bad. I have plenty of HP. I'm just gonna check on them. Skeleton. 4 HP, uses 2 attack dices. Oof. And you know, you only live once, so let's do it. I want that chest. There we go. One chest like so. So let's see. Let's push each other and be happy. I'm gonna use that, and he's gonna use those. Okay, so I take no damage. He takes 1 damage. He has 3 health left. It's optional to use these, the red cubes, to sort of keep track of their health. Can change one of these into a shield, so I only take 1 damage. I'm gonna do that instead of dealing damage to him. Okay, so I block him and he blocks me. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna damage him. I'm gonna block one of his. I take 1 damage. I'm gonna eat one of my these. Ah, damn it, I got 2 stamina. And a reroll token. Reroll tokens basically allow me to reroll any die. I don't think it allows me to reroll these, but it does allow me to reroll one on mine. We're gonna take this chest, because that's a free action. Again, 1 gold and 1 copper bar. Oh, right, I got the 1 extra movement. We're gonna move back to the house now. So 1, 2, 3. So now I got a fine wood bow. I'm gonna use that instead of the shiv, because I have no use for the shiv right now, so I'm gonna place that to the side here. I should craft something with stone so I can get that last one. Flint knife. Now it would be pretty beneficial to gain some more leather, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use 1 stone. Craft the flint knife. Exchange that for the flint axe. Gain that ability. And I'm done. I'm gonna use 1 more turn to move there, and then 1 to collect. Oh, come on! Really, when playing this game, if you're playing with multiple people, having one person who has extra leather, 1 who has extra wood, and 1 who has like free food, and then maybe 1 who has like this one plus 1 mineral. I mean, what a team! I should explore up there, so I'm gonna do that actually. We have Grey Dwarf, 2 of them. Let's see, Grey Dwarfs. And I can gain some copper there. That's nice. So I'm gonna... Can I stop here? No, I don't think I can. I have to actually move into this area and fight that Grey Dwarf who is using 1 damage die and has 3 health. And I'm using a fine wood bow, so I have those 2 and 1 of those. He's dead. 4 damage left. He's dead. I gain 1 stone. And I can mine copper. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Either I get into a fight with the other Grey Dwarf and gain some copper, or I only get copper. Who knows? Let's see. And I gain 2 copper and attract this Grey Dwarf. That's the price you pay. I take 1 damage. I'm gonna eat. Please tell me there's health here. Fuck! +2 stamina. Please tell me there's health here. More stamina. Fuck! This is not good, this is not good, this is not good. Okay, okay, so he got 1 stamina. Well, he's dead. I take no damage. Phew! Feels like I can craft my heart's content here right now. So I really want to go back. And I could potentially get killed. Unless I move around him and in here, but there could be enemies there too, so I'm just gonna take a chance and attack that guy. He did. Let's see. Crafting. Like a fermenter. With a fermenter I can make potions, so that's nice. Brew myself 1 health potion. I'm gonna use 1 of these, 1 of those to ignite my bow. I'm now moving into phase 2 there, all is quiet. So now I really need to pick up the pace here. I'm gonna go there. And I'm gonna gain some copper. All those, and now I'm gonna move into this one. And there's the troll. Yay. Okay. Of course it's troll. Of course it's troll. GoPro start recording. Okay, so the troll. He's kind of special. 2 attack dice, and if he rolls a expression mark, explicit mark, I don't know what, the one of those, he does 1 more damage, or he does damage, but it's also armor penetrating, so my armor would be useless. Okay, so he deals no damage. I deal 2 damage. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. He has 7 HP, so it's not bad. Okay. And he deals 1 damage. But if I double the result of a combat die now, so he deals 1, and I... 1, 2, 3... I lose 3 stamina. If I double the result of this, I will deal 5 damage total. So he's dead. Nice. I lost that 3. I have that. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. I think I'm playing that correctly. So, yeah. Troll is dead. I gain... let's see... 2 coin. Nice. 5 coins. And 1 copper bar. Nice. Wow, I got so much resources right now. This is going much better than the last time. I'm telling you that. I'm gonna use my last to explore this way just to reveal this. And this one gets put there, let's say. And let's see, I was there at 2, and then a grayling there, and a pack of neck there. So I'm gonna move there, and I can't do anything else because I'm out of turns. Now, to collect these horns that are needed for the the boss, I need to roll the collection die and gain the 2 hands. I'm gonna do this and come on, 2 hands! Oh, damn it. I did attract those, though. Let's see, do they have anything? Neck group. 1 HP per... 1 die per, alright. Oh, right, there are 3 of those. I'm gonna move that and that. There's a lot of dice in my hand right now. Wow. They take 1 damage, have 2 health left. Oh. 2 health left, removes 1 die. And they're dead. A gain of food. I think I get to eat it. Do I get to eat it the right way? I think those instructions are on this little one. As loot, you draw the next food card and gain the top benefit. Use another one of those and come on. Yes, I got that. Now I'm gonna get that one. Boss is down here. Huh, that's good. Close to home. Those marks. I'm gonna attract that skeleton. And we're gonna use 1 more. And fuck it. 4 damage, right? Or 4 health, 2 damage dice. Well, I'm not gonna bunch of this. And I deal 3 damage. No, I'm gonna use that one so I can change. No, wait, I'm gonna use that so I can change one of these into a shield. So that blocks that, and then I'm gonna deal 1 damage to him, 2 damage to him, so he has only 2 HP left. And he's dead. And I take... No, wait. Those 2 cancel each other out. I'm gonna use that one to block that one with that ability, because it says each turn. So I should be able to do that each combat turn, right? Please, developers, correct me if I'm wrong. He's dead. And skeletons give nada. Right. Cheap bastards. And... oh, thank God. I would probably survive if I attracted all of those, but yeah, time consuming. And I use my last one to 1, 2, 3 move there. Okay. So what can I make? I'm gonna need to draw a card first. Let's see. I use 1 to craft bomb table. Here we go. Let's put that near the fire. That's perfect. That's perfect. I can't use a shield with this one because I have a 2-handed item on me. I can craft a leather helmet. Maybe I can even craft something more. Oh, well, look at that. I can... let's craft that helmet. Oops, ooh, that was close. So I gained a helmet instead of the flint knife. So that will give me a bunch of defense. And I'm gonna craft... let's see. I don't think I can craft any better weapon, really. Well, depending on what you mean by better, of course. I don't have any wood on me, and I kind of want to get to that boss as soon as possible. So I don't want to spend all the time gathering wood. If I craft that, I gain a huge amount of... but every time I defend with it, I'm gonna lose 1 stamina. I'm gonna craft a bomb. Craft that bomb. And I'm gonna craft a stamina potion. And I think I'm prepared to face the boss. During a raid, can I start the boss fight? Well, it doesn't say. I kind of want to say that I can. And then I use my third action to spend these and summon the boss. Right? Which makes this go back. And it's time for the boss fight. So, Eikthyr is summoned. His health bar is full. His attack cards are here. And they can be devastating. Especially if you're really unlucky. If you've seen my video on the tutorial, you'll know precisely what I mean. It's shuffled, and this card here shows me what the different results of his damage dice. Of course, he uses 3 damage dice. I'm using 2 of those and 2 of those. Or rather, I have 2 actions. I start off with Eikthyr facing me, and I will want to move around so that he doesn't face me. But each time I roll a black, he does turn towards me in that order. He first turns, then he damages with this, and then he uses this. So it all kind of makes sense. They have done the combat really well here, I think. But let's start off with this, because now it's my turn, and I don't want to be facing him, and I might not want to be standing right behind him either, because he does have a kick that he can use. But I'm gonna take my chances and attack him from behind. Unfortunately, that does not give me an extra damage, but let's see, this one deals 2 damage. This one would deal 3 damage. Yeah, I have 1 extra damage each attack. I can use that to double the result of any die. I can use that to change shield into damage, and that to change damage into shield. Let's go! Let's see. Okay, so ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. I block 1 damage. I'm actually gonna use these to block 3 damage, because I'm taking 5 damage here either. Otherwise. Yeah. Okay, so I block that, and I take... Let's see, I block 3 damage. That's that, and I take 2 damage. Right? Yeah. Okay. That's the way we're gonna do that. I do also have these potions and bombs I can use whenever I want, and reroll tokens. I do have to remember all of the things I do have here, because there's so much. Okay, let's see here. I can't use shields to block any of these, so those 2 are damage. I'm gonna use that to change this one into a damage, and that one is going to be blocking. So no blanks, and I'm going to apply my damage to him, which is 3, 4, 5. I can also use 3 stamina. 1, 2, 3. To double the result of that. So that's 4, 5, 6, 6, and then 7 with a fire. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's some pretty good damage. I block his damage. That's good. And then I rolled 2 of those. Let's see. Nice. That one kind of misses me because I'm not adjacent. Let's see what the next one does. Shit! Whew. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 stamina to dodge that attack, otherwise I would take 3 damage, and I really don't want to take 3 damage. Okay. So, dodge that bullet. Feels like literally, because that would have hurt like hell. I'm gonna use my stamina potion to regain 2 stamina, right? Yep. 2 stamina plus 1, 2. Yes, I'm gonna move, because now the kick is there anyway, so... Hopefully it only has 1 kick ability card. Holy mother of God. This is not good. Okay. So... I'm gonna use a reroll token. Reroll one of those. Seriously? Okay, fine. I take no damage from that. I take 2 damage from that. I'm gonna use health potion to regain 2 health. Until the next arena card is drawn, players take 1 damage when performing the move action. Okay. Well, good thing I'm not moving yet. That kind of sucked. I'm just gonna use these or at least I'm gonna use one of these bombs right now. So I'm gonna roll 2 of these. Damage him 2 damage. Okay, that's something. And now we're gonna do this again. Okay. This is decent. I'm gonna change this one into a defense instead. Change attack into defense, so I'm blocking his 2, but first he turns 1 turn like that. But then he attacks, I defend against that, and I change that into a shield and defend against that. So no damage. Do I want to move? Yeah, I think I do. I hope nothing adjacent comes up. Okay. So I deal 2 damage. 1, 2. Ah, fucking hell! I'm gonna use that. Does he turn? No. I'm gonna use that to do that. Negate that. So I only take 3 damage, right? Seriously? 1, 2, 3. I have 2 health left. I have no way of regaining health. I'm so fucking screwed. I did 1 damage to him with a grenade. What's with the grenades? Those aren't in the game. I should have moved when I think about it. Oh well. So I deal 1, 2, 3 damage. I deal 3 damage. He deals 2 damage. I block those 2 damage, so that's fine. And he draws one of these. All players adjacent to Eikthyr take 1 damage and are pushed out to the adjacent outer space. Apply the effects of those spaces immediately. Fuck! So first I take 1 damage. And I get pushed out there. And I lose 1 stamina. Mother... And I'm dead. First of all, he turns, which makes it so that he deals 1 extra damage, I believe, because he's facing towards me. Eikthyr deals 1 extra damage to the active player when attacking if the player is adjacent and Eikthyr is facing them. And Eikthyr is facing them. well, if the player is adjacent and Eikthyr is facing them. I'm not adjacent. So does that mean I am not taking 1 extra damage? Either way, I can't even afford to take 3 damage. Okay, I'm gonna use that to turn this one into a shield, and I take no damage. No, wait, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move there. Now I'm gonna attack. Of course he turns. Seriously, I could deal 5 damage here. All I needed was just... First, he turns. Fuck off. Let's say I deal... Okay, I'm gonna use this as a defense. Fine, I deal no damage. Let's see what this one does. No players can move until the next arena card is drawn. Great. Seriously, what is it with the defense? I'm dead. If I use this to double the result, and then I change that into defense, none of those are gonna damage me, right? And then we draw this card, and the active player takes 2 damage per... I'm dead. Okay, seriously. The damage dices from Eikthyr were on fire, and my defense dice? Seriously, what the... Conclusion for Valheim, the board game. It's a good game. I want to say it's a good game. I want to say it's a good, solid board game. But playing solo? Wow, it's difficult. There's so many costs to everything. I was already using 2 defense dice, so I can't use any more. So making that one would have made a difference. I'm using a bow, so a wood shield is useless. Leather helmet, already using a bronze helmet. Spike shield, can't use that. Bronze buckler, can't use that. Shield, none of these items are gonna help me. If I had been smart, I could have possibly bought something from Holden, or whatever his name is. Let's see, I would have gotten any of these 3 here. Iron sledge, that would have been cool, I guess. Stag breaker, +1 axe, that's not bad. Root mask, +1 defense, that would have been pretty great though. I should have bought this or gotten 1 extra defense for each shield, which is really nice. Now the problem was that I wasn't rolling any shields in the end, and Eikthyr has a lot of health left. So soloing Eikthyr in this game is actually difficult, even with good gear. Well, goodish gear or whatever. I want to say I'm using copper gear, but or bronze gear, but I'm still dying. It's mostly because of these effects. These effect cards can be quite something. They can be so powerful, depending on which one you draw. And does it feel unfair? Bordering on unfair. I mean, I love the design and everything. It's a little bit big. It takes up a lot of space. And there's so many things to keep track of, to be honest. During this gameplay or during this session, I was losing track of multiple things during my run. I feel that when playing with other players, you could probably do this a lot faster and a lot easier. This took me about a little over an hour to, I won't say complete, but, well, it took me about an hour to die. A little over an hour to die. So, yay! I just spent an hour to just die. If it were gonna be like that. Either way, I do think that the game has good potential even for solo play, but it feels like it's really made for multiplayer or co-op. It is a solid board game. Playing it solo, it's it's difficult to say anything positive about it. Sorry, developers, but that's how I feel right now. Maybe I shouldn't be reviewing a board game just after losing, but, well, that's the reality I'm living in right now. Okay, I'm just gonna pack this up and then I'm gonna start cutting this video and cursing all over, I guess. I've been Swip92, have a great life and hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye! Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. Ugh.